strike three. Got him with a fastball right at the top of the zone. One man out. Brandon Nimmo, who has been a clutch hitter for the Mets this year, will be next.
We always talk about Lindor, about the year he had and the moments. Brandon Nimmo had a lot of moments this year.
One of them came on Monday in Atlanta when he had a long home run in that 6-run eighth inning. First pitch, swinging a bouncer foul. One hand picked by the ball boy next to the Brewers dugout, and it's 0-1. Pete Alonso is on deck. 0-1 to Nimmo. Ortiz off the line at third, a stride behind the bag. Williams sets the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a foul. He got just a piece of the changeup. Nimmo was looking fastball there and was out in front. Williams ahead of him, 0-2.
If it's any consolation, there's only been one home run allowed by Williams this year. It came on a fastball to a lefty. Nimmo, a lefty.
0-2 to Brandon. Lindor, hands on his knees, leading from first. Williams sets, now the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, base hit, going into right center. Over to get it is Frelick. Nimmo will hold it first. Lindor goes to third. And now, if you're a script writer, and you think back to Pete Alonso's career with the Mets and the chance that this could be his final at-bat as a Met, the drama will build even more as Chris Hook, the pitching coach, goes to the mound. The tying runs are on. The Brewers lead 2-0, and Pete Alonso, who set a rookie record with 53 home runs in 2019, struggled this year in his walk year, 0 for 3 today. But if he has another dramatic swing in him, he may earn a new contract all with that one swing.
Devin Williams, too. If you think about from the Milwaukee side, I mean, this is a team. Okay, they're up 2-0. They're a couple outs away. This has been the hardest thing in the last 6 years for them to do, is simply win a playoff series. And even though Devin Williams looked good last night, if you go back to last year in this series, he looked terrible against Arizona. Hittable, gave up runs, walked a ton of hitters. This is a lot of pressure still on the Brewers as well.
16 Mets hitters have been retired in a row leading into this inning. But now Williams has allowed a walk, struck out Vientos. Nimmo singled, and here is Alonso. First pitch. In for a call, strike, 0-1. He started him off with a changeup. And Pete took it. He has flied to center, fouled out to third, and struck out. This may be his last Mets at-bat. He could make it his most memorable. 0-1 the count. Williams sets. Here's the pitch. High, a fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Now this crowd is many precincts standing. Lindor is at third. Nimmo is the tying run at first. Terang over towards the bag at second. 1-1 to Alonso. Williams sets. Here's the pitch. High, ball 2. This is not the dominant Williams we've seen. Williams sets. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Pretty well hit. Frelick back at the wall. He jumps. It's gone. He did it. He did it. Pete Alonso with the most memorable home run of his career. Pumps his fist as he rounds second. It's a 3-run homer. He's given the Mets a 3-2 lead. They all pour out of the dugout. Alonso on his way to home plate. They're waiting for him. He hits the plate. He is first congratulated by Nimmo. Hugged by Lindor. There are a dozen Mets waiting for him outside the dugout. Pete Alonso keeps this fairy tale season going with the fairy tale swing of his career. 3-2 New York.
This ball just gets out over the right field wall, right over Frelick's head. There is basically a couple of feet between the wall, a space for some party area, and then the fans in the front row. It landed in the party area. It just got over the wall in right field, disappearing from view.
Here is Jose Iglesias. 3-2 Mets. First pitch taken for a call, strike, 0-1. Unbelievable. The story, or one of the storylines of this year, the struggles of Pete Alonso in his walk year. And now this. The 0-1. Iglesias taps it foul to the backstop, 0-2. Well, now Mets going to have to get creative in the bullpen because Diaz is certainly out of gas.
And David Peterson has started to throw again. This Mets team waited till the possible brink.
Let's go! 0-2. The pitch to Iglesias. Fouled straight down at home plate. Well, there was a great broadcaster who did several sports, including hockey, by the name of Win Elliott, years and years ago. And in a situation like this, where the team he was working for was on the road and had something like this happen, he would yell, "Hey, take it easy. That furniture costs money." Use that here. The 0-2. Iglesias fouls it back to the screen. This is incredible. I mean, this has been the story of the Mets, but so much of the storyline has been on the recent failures of Alonso, and whether or not he'd be back, we don't know if this will influence that in reality, but what it did tonight. The 0-2, Iglesias rolls it to second. Terang to his left, up with it, throws to first in time, 2 men away. Well, if Francisco Lindor had perhaps the most memorable regular season home run in Mets history on Monday, where would this one rank in postseason annals? I mean, you've got Ray Knight in the World Series, Game 7 in '86, Todd Pratt's Division Series winner. Well, this one's not over yet. Here's Jesse Winker. First pitch, popped up foul, third base side out of play. It's 0-1.
I mean, it's just saw the Alonso replay. As soon as the ball left his bat, he wasn't even done with his swing yet. He screamed, yes. He knew he got it. They just did get it, too.
Come on, Brewer! Here's the 0-1. Winker fouls it back to the screen. It's 0-2. Well, Pete has hit 226 regular season home runs for the Mets. Add them all together, and they don't total what he just did with one swing here.
He took Williams' changeup deep. Nobody's done that this year. Nobody.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball high, 1-2. So now this crowd is stunned, and they will have the bottom third of their order up in the bottom of the ninth inning. Frelick, Ortiz, and Terang. 1-2 to Winker. Swing and a foul off to the left and out of play. So the first Mets run of the game, sponsored by Sloman's Home Security. Real people, power, real security. Sloman's, the difference is human. 1-2 to Winker. Let's go, Devin! Williams deals. Inside, he hit him. Winker has been hit for the second time in this game. And Williams, on the 29th pitch that he's thrown here, having blown the save, now hits former teammate Jesse Winker, and Starling Marte will be next.
And Joe Ross has been throwing for a little while now for Milwaukee. And that's a phone call Pat Murphy and his pitching coach Chris Hook never thought they'd have to make, is getting somebody else up if this game should continue. And this inning's still continuing here against Devin Williams, even though he's given up 3.
So, Williams to Marte. Winker runs. Pitch taken outside for a ball. The throw by Sanchez high. Not in time. Winker stays on the bag with his first stolen base as a New York Met.
I'll tell you what, he got up. He lost his helmet on the way to second base. Got up, flipped his head back, and his hair went flowing back. But as he did that, he looked into the dugout. I think he might be hurt. Something might be up. Again, his back's been injured, and now he's doubling over, dropping down into a crouch. He's summoning out Carlos Mendoza and Joe Golia, the trainer, to maybe get a pinch hitter in here, which would be in the DH. A pinch runner in the DH spot.
Well, in the meantime, Gary Sanchez, the catcher for the Brewers, is out at the mound. He just patted Williams on the back a few times. And I think he made a very, very important point a moment ago, Keith, when you talked about the pitch com issue before Williams even threw a pitch. It can throw people off. Pitchers have, different tendencies when it comes to unnatural occurrences and how they handle it. They get into a zone. All athletes find their way into a zone at certain times for certain reasons. But for a pitcher who's on the mound, he's basically on the rubber. He's about to throw his first pitch. And now the pitch com, which is, brand new equipment over the last couple of years, malfunctions. That takes him out of that zone, even temporarily. And he still hasn't gotten back into it. So now Winker at second, 2 out, 1-0 to Starling Marte. Can the Mets ever use an extra run here? The pitch swung on and missed, 1-1. A changeup from Williams. Well, the Mets will worry about Saturday on Saturday. But Peterson has been throwing. Here's the 1-1 on the way. Marte swings and misses at the changeup, 1-2. The Mets win this game, and let's just say they're able to do it without using Peterson. He would be the guy you would figure would start on Saturday, but that's a long way off. 3 outs at least. 1-2 to Marte. Williams deals. Swinging a ground ball, base hit, going into right field. Williams hits third. He's coming home. Felix throw to the plate is offline. Winker scores, slams his helmet down in exultation. Going to second is Marte with a big hit. The Mets get a little breathing room. It is 4-2 New York. And Jesse Winker just body slammed his helmet the way Bruno Sammartino, the great wrestler, used to body slam his opponents.
And here comes Pat Murphy with it, taking a walk to the mound to change a pitcher. A nightmare for Milwaukee. I cannot believe this is real life for the Mets with what they've just done.
This has been 2024 real life for the Mets. Williams departs. This pitching change is brought to you by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play the newest scratch-off games for a chance to win.
Hey, baseball fans, check out ThriveWell Infusion, trusted choice in IV therapy among physicians to experience high-quality care from the highly trained medical staff at ThriveWell. ThriveWell Infusion understands that it can be stressful when receiving an infusion, but it doesn't have to be when you're in one of their private, state-of-the-art infusion suites. Let ThriveWell handle your infusion needs so you can focus on the game. Visit us at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Pat McCarthy here, and I'd like to tell you about my alma mater, the College of New Jersey. At TCNJ, you get the best of both worlds. A top-notch education at a public college price point. TCNJ's faculty are partners in their student success with courses that are more immersive and that offer transformational learning experiences along the way. That's higher education elevated. Come see for yourself what makes TCNJ so special. Learn more and register for an open house at tcnj.edu.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No titles, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Pat Murphy, the manager of the Brewers, had this thing right where he wanted it. He had a 2-0 lead going to the 9th inning. His elite closer, Devin Williams, on the mound, who threw only 10 pitches last night. But Williams will have nightmares about this inning for a long, long time. Even if the Brewers should come back. Walk, strikeout, single. A Pete Alonso 3-run homer that will live in Mets history forever. Ground out, hit batsman, RBI single by Marte. Marte followed down to second. Joe Ross, the pitcher. Tyrone Taylor, the batter. First ball swinging, hits one in the air to pretty deep left field over towards the corner. Over goes Churio, and he makes the catch in fair territory to retire the side. But the Mets have an inning for the ages as they scored 4 runs. 3 hits, no errors, 1 man left. left. Middle of the ninth inning in Milwaukee. Game 3 of the Wild Card Series. The Mets 4, the Brewers 2 on Odyssey Mets Radio, driven by your Tri-Honda dealers.
Come home to SNY.
Lots to get to here on our postgame show.
As our team covers your team with all the postgame reactions.
That is as playoff baseball as there is.
The Mets playoff run. Nissan postgame live tonight, immediately after the Mets wildcard game. Only on SNY.
103 millones de dólares. ¿Qué te parece? You know you're ready to play. Sounds grande, grande.
Play the New York Lottery's new Grande Scratch-Off games with prizes up to $3 million or a second chance to win 1 of 100 VIP trips to Billboard Latin Music Week in Miami. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Paramus Hyundai knows that in playoff baseball, every hit, pitch, play, and save can make all the difference. Same with shopping for a new vehicle. Leave nothing to chance. Score huge savings at Paramus Hyundai. Don't miss amazing limited-time pricing on all your favorites, including the 2024 Hyundai Elantra, all backed by America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty with owner assurance. 4 is always less, so root for Paramus Hyundai, ParamusHyundai.com. Let's go, New York.
When you need commitment, compassion, and customized care, Margaret Teets Nursing and Rehabilitation envelops you with a warm and welcoming environment. Offering short-term and long-term care, Margaret Teets Nursing and Rehabilitation is a trusted hospice care known for their groundbreaking alternative holistic services and music therapy. Call 718-298-7800. That's 718-298-7800.
When you care about somebody, you only want the best.
Well, we go to the bottom of the ninth inning in Milwaukee. The Brewers thought they were moving on. If they ultimately do, they'll have to do it in comeback fashion as the Mets, with 4 on the top of the ninth, 3 on a home run by Pete Alonso, have taken a 4-2 lead. So now, the new pitcher for the Mets will be David Peterson. Luis Angel Acuna is at second base. Bader is in center, Taylor in right, Sal Frelick the batter, takes a called strike, 0-1. Remember, it was Frelick who hit the second of the back-to-back home runs, first Bauer, and then Frelick, that gave Milwaukee a 2-0 lead in the seventh. The 0-1 looped in the air to shallow left and falls in for a base hit. So Frelick turns and holds on, and the Brewers against Peterson, who's in uncharted waters this year, now will bring the tying man to the plate in Joey Ortiz.
And for Peterson, he has been a relief pitcher before, but it's been a long time. You have to go back to the early days of Peterson, the COVID year when he made his debut, and even though he's done it before and he knows what goes into it, it's definitely different for him right now in this situation.
Joey Ortiz is 0 for 10 in the series. The first pitch to him, way outside, ball 1. Well, for Peterson, it's a save opportunity presented by LifeVac, the original choking rescue suction device that saves lives. The save of the game in Lives 2. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. In for a called strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Now you start looking at it from the Brewers' perspective. And remember that at-bat against Diaz by William Contreras with second and third, 2 out in the 7th. After they'd scored the 2 runs to go in front, Contreras struck out to end the inning. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at a changeup away. And it's 1-2. And the Mets are building support behind Peterson. Right-hander Ryan Stanek is in their bullpen. Bryce Terang is a left-hand hitter. He's due up next. Then Jackson Churio, and that might be where Stanek comes in. 1-2 to Ortiz. Peterson sets. The pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball foul off the screen next to the Brewers' dugout. And with their postseason history that we have outlined so often during this week, what must be going through the mind of everyone in the Brewers organization, from owner Mark Atanasio, a Bronx guy, by the way, on down. 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a change or a fastball up. And that's the first out. And Peterson, who has a good sinker, really use one here against Bryce Terang, left-hand hitter who's tough to double up.
Now Peterson's career year is ERA sub-3. Why? When guys get on, he has doctored up double plays all year.
So now Terang, a left-hand batter. Peterson sets, throws over to first. Frelick is back standing and down 2 runs. He's not going anywhere. You can get Terang if he hits it hard enough, even though he's a left-handed batter, and it into a double play. He's done it 8 times this year. And Peterson ready to go to work against him. First pitch, swinging a liner toward short. Picked by Lindor on one hop, runs to second, one throws to first. Out at first! Out at first! Put it in the box! The Mets are out at the mound, pouncing on each other. The Brewers may want to have a look at this just to be sure, but if this holds, this party is headed to Philadelphia. The New York Mets have won this wild card series as Lindor played that soft liner perfectly, waited to get a short hop, raced to the bag at second, touched up, fired to first, and the New York Mets have defeated the Milwaukee Brewers by a score of 4-2. They scored 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning, and this crowd here in Milwaukee is utterly stunned. The Mets now are coming in from the bullpen, others from the dugout. Carlos Mendoza, the Mets manager, pumping his fists against his chest, raising his hands towards the crowd. And the New York Mets have pulled off the doozy of the year. And in their entire history, I don't know that they've had one like this. I mean, there was Game 6 again in 86, down 3, going to the top of the 9th inning. You know the history, but you also know Pete Alonso and how this was all weighing on him. And his 3-run homer now will live in Mets lore forever.
I tell you what, this team's going to give somebody a heart attack with the way that they wait and wait and wait until the last possible second to come up with the most memorable moments. The Mets right now, I think a lot of this celebration is because they just won the series, but I feel like even in this part of the year, they can't even believe the story that they have written for themselves. Time and time again, a magical moment or a play in the game, and that win in Atlanta. This come-from-behind win. Devin Williams is going to win the game for the Brewers. He's going to get 3 outs, and he's going to win it 2-0. And that didn't happen. The Mets came back to win in unbelievable, stunning, and again, heart-shaking fashion.
I just saw the replay. It wasn't even as close as I thought at first base. But, of course, they put the hold on for a second in the Brewers' dugout. But the Mets will go to Philadelphia. The games on Saturday and Sunday will be at a little after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And having watched this team from its inception in 1962, I can honestly say that whereas there have been some World Championship seasons, 2 of them, of course, in 1969 and 1986, yeah, they won some games in improbable fashion along the way. But they have made this type of comeback that we saw tonight, which sometimes you don't see for years, right? I mean, you could literally go years before you see the Mets come back the way they did in this game in the 9th inning, given what was at stake. That they have now inscribed this as one of the more memorable seasons in the history of this franchise, however it ends up. It was certainly memorable, even if they went down in order in the 9th inning. But to win this way, with a narrative about Pete Alonso, and with Diaz having been spent and unavailable in the 9th inning, and Peterson gives up a hit to the first batter, recovers, gets the strikeout, and a line drive, short hop, double play, and naturally it's Lindor who initiated that. Keith, you may want to retire right now because I'm not sure you'll see another season like this.
You know, you look at it, the Lindor home run in Atlanta, right? Mark Vientos has had some huge moments. We mentioned all the moments Nimmo has had, the walk-off hits, Iglesias, what he has done, and at times Alvarez and Taylor. We had not seen a Pete moment throughout this whole run. And, I mean, in that moment, your back is against the wall. The ball off of his bat, as soon as he hit it, you can see it in his face. He lights up saying yes. Unbelievable job by one Pete and another Petey to close it out for the Mets.
Yep, the celebration and the interviews will begin as Pat McCarthy is downstairs on the field alongside the jubilant Mets. He's got David Peterson with him.
All right.
right, Howie, thank you very much. David, I mean, this ride has been absolutely insane.
Not a bad time for your first big league save, huh?
Yeah. This group is unbelievable, and we didn't want it to end. And the offense did their job. They came back. They got us in the game. They gave us a little room, and it was just time for us to shut the door. So we're moving on. We'll keep going.
You guys had a pretty good look of Pete's home run from the bullpen. What was the response amongst the group when that ball went past Frelick's glove?
Madness. Everyone went nuts. I started to go nuts. Rosie was like, hey, we still got to finish this thing. But my God, he came in clutch. Those guys got on for him, and he did the rest. And then we kept going, and we added another one. So this group doesn't quit. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep going.
It's no secret what this season has meant to him with the upcoming free agency and what could have been his last Mets at-bat for him to come through. You've known him for a long time. Does it surprise you at all?
Not at all. He sticks with it. He sticks with his process. Good or bad, he keeps going. He's fun to watch, and I hope he's a Met for a long time.
And for you, individually, there was an expectation that you were going to start in Philly. How did you get yourself ready for tonight to be sure that you were ready for the ninth?
We had to get past Milwaukee first, so I wasn't on to Philly. I knew I was going to be available out of the bullpen, and if I could help this team move on, I was going to do my best job. So I was focused on Milwaukee until we got past them.
Well, David, it is on to Philly now. Go enjoy this win.
Awesome, thank you.
Howie, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Pat. You know, the best news about this, aside from the Mets